Yeah, g'day, how you going folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I paint extractors or headers if you're American, and doing it successfully so that when you start up the car it will not flake off instantly as soon as it gets hot. So let's get to it. So here we have the tuned length pacemakers, big old 4-in-1s. And I picked these up for a bit of a score, but they've, I don't know if they've been coated. They look like they've been burnt in some places. This section here looks just like dirt. It's got a few suspect bits like that, but yeah, it flakes off and it's fairly thick paint. Don't know if you, can we see it? No, you can't really see that. I'll try and find a bigger bit along the way. Or can we zoom in on that? See, it's fairly thick there. I don't know what coating that is. Maybe it's been ceramic coated, powder coated. I don't know. But we're gonna clean these up, and then we're gonna paint them the successful way how to paint extractors so that they won't flake off as soon as you start it up. A bit of a dent there. Should be right. But yeah, these are gonna go on the 1-tonner. And because I've just got cast manifolds on them at the moment. Here's the other one. This one, this is a bit like the Chevs have a pipe like this, the one that goes over the rest. The other style of tuned length, they come along and in there, like on that one. But yeah, these are a bit uglier to the eye, but you know, cleaned up, prepped right, painted right, they look alright. Should probably have ground that off, don't really need that. Oh well, it'll be hidden as soon as it's all painted and on the car. Hopefully they sound alright. Alright, so this extractor's been cleaned up. As you can see, it's chalk and cheese compared to the other one. I've just mocked it up, how I'm going to paint it, and I'll run through with you how we do it. So first things first, we've got our foil in each exhaust port. I've left a little bit of gap in there so that heat can come out, because as we know, hot air rises. So I've got the heat gun in at the bottom. So the plan is I'll block off either side up there with our foil when time comes, and heat will travel up the extractor. And I don't want it to sit here, because if it gets too hot through here, or it's not moving the hot air out with new hot air, it'll if it gets too hot, it'll blister, and if it's too cold, it will fail as soon as you've got it on the car and you know, heat gets through it. So little gaps, just so that some of the air can be released. Not all of it, just a little bit. So when we go to paint it, I'll put my first coat on and then turn that on the lowest setting, 15 minutes on and then off, for just to let it cool down, and then another 15 minutes on and then off till it cools down, and then a third and final 15 minutes on and then let it cool down. So hopefully, in my method of thinking, hot air goes in, travels all the way out, little bits come out here to just regulate it. So new hot air comes in, so it all comes all nice and hot evenly, and then that will heat these up enough so that the paint adheres to it. But yeah, that's in a nutshell, that's how we're going to do it. Just regulate that heat through there, let the colder heat go out, and the new heat will follow through, and hopefully this will heat up evenly enough to have the paint adheres to it. Still got to clean up the other one. I'm not going to be painting this today because I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you the awesome weather we've got here at the moment. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's how we're gonna do it. Put my first coat on, just do a dust coat, and then I'll turn him on 15 minutes, just on the lowest heating, and then turn it off till they cool down enough, and then 15 minutes more for heat, and then off again to let it cool down, and then a third and final 15 minutes of heat. And while I'm doing those cycles of heat, I'll be painting coats on and off, heating or non-heating, and that should do the trick. This is how I've done it before in the past and it's worked out, and hopefully it'll work out again. Literally just finished talking about that bit, and we've got another downpour, so good choice not choosing to paint it today. Alright, so this is the wriggle setup. I've got the heat gun on the lower settings. It is getting fairly warm to the touch. I'm fairly happy with that. As you can tell by the way I'm dressed, it is a cool day. I have had the paint sitting in the windowsill, so that's been warming up as well. The paint I'm using is VHT flame proof. I've used this before, and using this method it works. So we'll let this warm up a bit more. I might stick this in the sun for a bit longer, and then yeah, we'll do some painting. Alright, so that's finishing its heat cycle. It hasn't quite finished its 15 minutes, so I'm going to let it keep heating up. Then I'll shut it down for 15 minutes, and then I'll fire it back up for another 15 minutes, and then I'll shut it down again. So that is how I paint extractors and not have them flake off as soon as you bolt them up to a car and fire them up. If you're wondering about the colour, it's VHT's flat grey. I have used the flat aluminium, or if you're American, flat aluminum. They don't have it at the moment. Australia's having a massive shortage with VHT paints at the moment. But I think this will look quite nice all bolted up to the motor. So if this video has been helpful for you, or you can take something away from it, leave a comment, leave a like, or subscribe to the channel for more content that will come in the future. Until then, take it easy. Rain's starting as soon as I start filming, that's fucking typical.